Well, it's meant to be the wedding of the century. Obviously, you know, they're socialites, these two. So, you know, it's the most amazing wedding that nobody wants to be at, I guess. You know, we're just sort of trying to get through it so she can get to her end game.
It's always interesting on this show because the wedding of the century, sort of like the fake wedding of the centuries, but it gets confusing because, like, do you play it for real? Do you play it for fake? I mean, obviously you have to play the fake for real. It's really complicated on this show. I don't know, how do you play it?
Yeah, the lines are definitely blurred. I'm just happy someone's finally actually getting married.
This is about as lavish as you can get by the seaside. The Graysons go all out for this, and it's very beautiful and lots of beautiful people, and then something very extraordinary happens a little later on.
We had to build this dress. They actually made it themselves. Our costume designer, Jill, designed it, and Varsina Kruda, who was our tailor, made it because they had to make 5 of them. Because obviously Emily gets shot, falls in the ocean, so we needed one for stunts, and so there are several of these in my wardrobe. Oh, so many. Every disaster you could possibly imagine. We have people showing up to the wedding that aren't supposed to be there. We have people are getting shot. You know, it's revenge. So it could never be just an easy, fun wedding.
Well, if you want high drama, make sure you have a big elaborate party on our show. So the fact that this may be the biggest party we've had yet, just saying, I think it's all going horribly wrong, like nuclear style.
Yeah, anytime you put this group of people in the same room, there's just this energy, this ravenous, raging energy.
The worst that you can imagine, and yet the best that you can imagine, because as one disaster happens, it opens all these little doors for these other tentacles of stories to emerge as well. It's really cool.
Well, someone gets shot, and yeah, we'll see who the shooter is by the end of this episode. It's going to be, I don't think you'd guess who it would be.
It's not looming here, it's in the aftermath of all of this. So there's a huge turn of events.
Yeah.
And everybody has to sort of close ranks. This is sort of what's coming up, and Patrick is going to have to understand who he's loyal to or who he isn't, or who he loves or who he doesn't. And
Right.
And his own back history, which is what's going to be very fascinating, is to see Victoria's early past and how Patrick was conceived and what happened.
Well, at this point, I think, like, at least on social media, every single person has been considered a suspect. So I think whoever does it it's going to be a big reveal. And and the addition of some returning characters that people have not seen for a little while definitely adds to the spiciness of the whole affair.